It feels good to have Ronnie back. He was, furloughed.
My boy was just gone for a minute.
He was furloughed for a good minute.
It's all right. God is good.
COVID really hit us hard here in the studio. So, yeah.
It hit us so hard that we got our own studio.
We got our own place and our own set. What do you guys think about the set? I think the set looks crazy.
Yeah, it does. Hit the white shot.
It's not even done yet.
Well, I feel more professional every day, man.
Every day?
Every day.
You wake up and feeling more professional?
Look at that.
I don't.
Dude, I just gained a little bit of professional experience today.
It just got a little. All our cameras get a little sharper now.
Yeah.
Hey, look at Joey. Go to Joey real quick. Look at that.
Oh,
sharp.
Just crispy.
Dang.
I love it.
Crispy.
Boy, caught in 4K. Even though
Not in 4K.
Even though we have a capacity of 1080.
Of 1080 with Black Magic. Hey, go on my shot.
Talk
please,
to Black Magic
can
real
you,
quick.
Black Magic, we spend money with y'all. Can y'all just go to 4K, please?
Yeah, go to 4K. We would really appreciate it. But no, it's cool to have Ronnie back, to be back in the swing of things. Even recording this last episode that we did, I thought it was dope. Even though people be hating on online, I feel like my Mike Malak right now. He getting hated on.
Just for fun, go check out those comments.
Why are you not a fan of me? I'm just curious. What did I say? Do I sound
XAE.
arrogant? I am a little arrogant, I guess. But yeah, Drink Ghost.
Is it gonna be arrogant for me to say, go ahead at my shot, Ghost? Come on. Ooh, look at that.
Yee.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, I don't know. It makes me, once we start creating content, it makes me start dreaming again, just about everything that we can do. Just getting in that rhythm again of creating content.
Get the ball rolling, build momentum.
Bro, even like I saw something online yesterday on YouTube Shorts. Actually, one of my buddies, the Lakers videographer, he says you should shoot vlogs vertically for shorts, 30-second vlogs. You should post
I see a lot of people doing that now. I think it's real sick. I watched this one guy. He's I think he's just a gym content creator, but he vlogs his day and it's like 45 seconds and it's pretty sick.
Yeah, if you did 15 to 30 seconds and you got really good at retention and really good at your editing style, solid.
Be sick.
Yeah, but I think we have a good topic today. I just kind of want to jump into it. You actually gave me the idea of feeling like a failure, and I have so many thoughts on this too. I'm sure Joey does, and I know you have your own story.
It's gonna be a fun one.
But the question is, have you ever felt like a failure?
Joey?
Oh yeah, plenty of times.
Plenty of times.
And I say that proudly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What did you tell me in the car?
I said a lot of stuff.
No, we were talking about
when
we were talking about failure.
I said, if you talk to anybody who's successful, and whether it's a business or the lifestyle, whatever they perceive as successful, they'll tell you that they failed many times before they got to that point. And we all heard the expression or the phrase, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, right? So the worst thing that I feel in terms of failing that you can do is to never try.
Yeah.
And never try to make it, never try to stand out, never try to search for your dreams, do it, whatever it is that you like to do.
Yeah.
What does that mean though? What's the definition of failure? I feel like it's a different definition for everybody.
There's a few, like sometimes for me, failure can be sometimes missing the mark. Simply
that's a good definition.
Not achieving the goal, not achieving what's at hand.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Isn't it weird that your gauge of failure can be someone's gauge of, man, I got better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
And that's why you gotta
Yeah.
how are you gonna look at it, man? You gonna look at it
Yeah.
as a positive way or a negative way?
Yeah, I even think about like in the gym. I always like related to that for some reason, even though I'm not in shape anymore, which is we're working on
We're
it.
not
There's
in
a
shape.
reason why I'm wearing all black and
Working
sitting
on
like
that.
this.
But
Hide the
like when you
curves.
fail in the gym, that's the goal. Like, I want to fail in the gym because I am shredding down that muscle, and now I know the next time I'm going to be stronger because of it. And I always think about it that way. I think it's a sports thing, right? Think of it with, in sports and stuff. I think that's always the idea and the thought process of like, okay, I hit a wall this time, but the next time I know I'm going to be that much stronger, that much faster, and know not to make certain steps, the next time I do it.
Yeah.
I always think about it like in sports, but why do you think, like, V asked me this yesterday, failure to someone is way different than it is to somebody else, right? So I'm like, how do we help somebody that is thinking of that? Because for me, failure to me, I think about it in providing. So I don't think about anything else really anymore than providing for my daughter, providing for V. Like, I could care less about what happens to me or anything that I do, you know, individually. Failure to me is that I failed to provide. Now, it might have been different when I was single.
But that goes to ask the question, like, what does even provision look like for you? Because everybody's perspective of provision looks different. Yours might be a little higher than somebody else's, you know? And because of that, you have higher expectations of provision. You're more prone to fail.
Provision meaning like providing?
Yeah, providing.
Yeah. Because I wrote some notes last night. I was like, as a boyfriend, I never felt like that sense of failure.
Yeah.
When I got married, that started creeping in. Like, I'm starting to fail a little bit. Like, I need to take a different step here to do something. And then it really kicked into gear when Malia came around. Yeah. I was like, I feel this way heavier, way more. And I don't.
Ooh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Nothing for me. Yeah. Like, for me, I don't care about failing anyone but my wife. Like, if I fail at doing something for her or for my daughter, that's where I feel like, like you said, for me, it's not really about me. I care less. I can live off of top ramen every day, but I don't want my daughter to go without having her chicken. Or just little things like that, you know. Like, I don't want my wife to go without having whatever she needs for her. Like, for me, I care less about myself. It's more about making sure that others, like my wife and my daughter, are well taken care of. Yeah.
What's that for you, Joe?
That's definitely, absolutely. That's definitely one aspect of it, and that's probably a big portion of, especially us married men and fathers have to deal with, you know, bearing the pressure and responsibility of our family. So that's one. For me, like, I work at a church. It's also like, it's God, you know. I was like, what am I doing right now to put 100% effort in the right direction and be able to, you know, produce good fruit?
He is the George Janko of this podcast.
That's why I put him on the couch.
No, that's really good. What was the other thing I wrote down here? Oh yeah, I see it on TikTok all the time when, like, dudes don't reach out for help, right? Yes, we're always like,
keep it in.
Hey, I'll figure it out. Like, nah. Like, are you good? I'm good. Like, don't worry about it. Vio asked me something like, what's wrong?
But we're good at doing that with us.
I think so, to an extent.
That's like, because we know how to not be selfish and be prideful.
Yeah, I think
we know how to better ourselves.
And I also don't think I don't know what the word is for this, but like, we just don't care, like, to be vulnerable.
Yes,
like in this circle.
Yeah, you know? We're okay with being like that.
Like, I can tell you, like, bro, like, I'm feeling like trash right now because of this or that. And I think it takes a level of vulnerability that I don't know if everyone has that ability to be.
I think people they put guards up because they have a quote unquote persona to live by because of what they've either put on social media or what they have shown around other friends. Like, I can't be a certain way around him because he's only known me as this. Or I can't be 100% with her because she only sees me for 3-4 hours a day. Maybe we spend a whole day together, but she doesn't live with me yet, so I can't show her everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how it is in any relationship. But also, like, people don't want to show weakness, so
they're afraid.
But they don't understand that being vulnerable, being open up, especially your friends, people to hold you accountable, is not a sign of weakness; it's a sign of strength, man.
And also build strength. If you look at it as, I failed, but now I'm like releasing that, and now I'm getting stronger.
And sometimes exposing the failure will lead to success.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It leads to truth.
It leads
to freedom.
You know, hey, I failed. How can I do this better? Sometimes asking those questions or sometimes venting to someone will make you get the answer as you're speaking to someone. That happened to me last night when I was talking to somebody. I was talking to a certain person and I didn't know that he felt the same exact way I did. The only thing is he doesn't have a daughter. He just has a girlfriend. He was supposed to propose to her this year, and certain things were supposed to happen for him this year.
Yeah.
And getting let go of his job that was paying him really well. Going from that to then not having a job, he said, "Oh shoot."
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. He the same way. Like, I feel like a failure. He went to his girl that day that he got released from his job and said, I failed you. I'm failing you. They're crying. They cried together. And I'm like, wow. He went to even his soon-to-be father-in-law. I'm sorry because I failed you. I didn't get to provide for her.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, shoot. Like,
I wonder how, like, over the 500 years, how that's changed as dudes, you know? Because we've talked about failure being failure to provide as a provider, like as a guy, as a husband, as a...
But I feel that I feel as a person.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes when my pride gets in my way more, it's like I failed at being a person that's not supposed to be prideful. As men, we're all geared to be a prideful person, right?
Sure.
But killing yourself daily, like in the Bible, if we get biblical for a second, kill yourself daily, pick up the cross daily. Sometimes I fail at picking up my cross. Sometimes I fail at dying to myself daily. Sometimes I'm just thinking about myself.
Do you think, if we talk about it like that, is failure from God or is it from the enemy?
I think sometimes God, my mom said this to me last night. She said sometimes we give the enemy too much credit. And sometimes God will allow failure to know that you can't do it on your own.
Does God allow failure?
Absolutely.
I believe he does.
Yeah.
Look at the whole book of Judges, bro. There's many times where these humans, us, right, thought that we didn't need God. So he would purposely allow something to happen where the Israelites would be conquered just so that they could need and beg him to come back.
So think about it like this. Failure in the idea, in the sense of like there's this little ear or little person in your ear saying, bro, you're a failure. You're trash. And then we're just kind of held up like by ourselves in a corner.
But sometimes it's yourself.
Yes.
So self is what? Flesh. Self is.
And he's trying to get self as enemy, essentially, your flesh.
Well, you're your own enemy. Sometimes you stop yourself from succeeding.
True.
Sometimes my overthinking has stopped me from opening that door that needs to be opened, or closing the door that needs to be closed.
Overthinking, bro, that's huge.
So sometimes,
my goodness,
we can be. Let's not give the devil credit, but let's give like it's our own fault. Like sometimes it's just our own fault. It's our own stupidity, immaturity.
Yeah.
It's sometimes just self. Like I told Ashley, like last night, if I wouldn't have maybe done certain things like I did, maybe we wouldn't be in the situation that we've been in, or that we went through. Like when back in the past when I cheated on her, and we're gonna talk about that in another podcast. But when I cheated on her, it was my fault. Yeah, she didn't do nothing wrong. She was giving me all the love, all the support. Yeah, was there for me like crazy. It was me. My eyes deceived myself, and I failed her as a husband. Yeah, but I was able to realize my failure, and we were able to fix the failure. And that's why now there's nothing that's going to get in the way of my marriage. Yeah.
One thing I like about even a situation like that too is like to do something like that is huge, right? So when Ashley, right, extends the grace and the mercy to Nemo, now it's like, all right, what more could Nemo possibly do? He'd have to go kill and massacre a lot of people before she's like, well, I kind of question maybe I shouldn't be married to this guy, you know? Yeah. But like that's a big deal right there. And because you guys went through it together, bro, you're stronger than ever.
Yeah, that's super why now strong. I lean on her, she leans on me. Right now, I've been feeling a certain way. We you know. Yeah. I was very transparent with both of you guys. Yeah. I sent you the screenshot, but I showed him the message. Yeah. That I sent my mom. I told her yesterday. It was at church and church. I needed yesterday more than probably anyone in that freaking building. Like I'm gonna be selfish in that. I needed it more than y'all did because of the situation that we've been in. This, like I told Ashley, like I just feel like the last month and a half more than ever, I felt like I've a failure. Yeah, I have carried like not that I've carried, but I've realized like dang it, I feel like a failure. And yesterday was kind of like a breakthrough for me, but also it was a I don't even know how to put it in words. But I remember yesterday I said to my mom, like, I feel like a failure. I feel like I'm failing my wife, my daughter. And then I said, ... I feel like I'm failing myself. And when it comes to providing, it's been hard for me to find a job. I got hired about a month and a half ago for a company, and I signed the documents like an hour and a half contract. An hour and a half of documents being signed, and Literally, the only thing that was left empty was a start date and my pay. And my pay actually, like a week later or 2 weeks later, was filled in. A lot more than I expected. Like, a lot more than I expected. So I was like, oh, wow. Ashley doesn't have to work now. Like, you know. And then just the start date was just empty. And I had emailed and asked, hey, is there an update? And then that's when I got let know. Oh, unfortunately. They decided to go with someone internally.
Yeah.
And then immediately, okay, that sucked. Kept applying. I asked her, hey, can you find me another this, that, and the third? And she said, yeah, let me, I'll get back to you. And obviously, it was a lot of back and forth. And then I applied for another one. I had a letter of recommendation. There's no way I wasn't going to get it. I had the qualifications. Maybe didn't have the quote-unquote knowledge, 100% of what they wanted. But everything else I was checked. They ended up not going with me.
Yeah.
So for the last month and a half, you guys know we obviously are here because we no longer have the studio because it was at the house and they sold the houses. Everything just hit like quick. It was just like fast for me. And I looked at my account. What? You hear me? It sounded country.
My account.
I looked at my bank account, and it's not bad. We've been really smart with our finances. But then I looked at it. I'm like, but this isn't enough. If we were to go get our own place, I'm not working yet. I've kind of been on a standstill. I've had interviews. Some people said you're not selected. Some people say you're overqualified. Some people say you're not qualified enough.
Yeah.
You know, and so
that could preach.
I felt I felt very like yesterday. I told Ashley, I just feel like a failure right now.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like it was almost like, all right, God. See me. One thing you gotta know about me is I don't like to give the enemy credit for anything,
right?
Because he don't deserve it. And if you say he got a little credit, then that's when he gonna come and try to attack you even more.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just like, our Lord, what test are you teach? Like, what are you teaching me in the span of this? What's going on? And then sometimes it's like, Nehemiah, what did you do wrong, and what could have you fixed for this not to happen? You know, as of today, I got 2 days. Now I get out of the house to rat.
Yeah.
Thoughts, failures, the way you feel. I felt very bad, bro. I was not in a good mood yesterday. I'm pretty sure everyone at the church kind of felt that. And I'm pretty sure, you felt it. And I was just like, I wasn't myself. I texted him last night. He invited us to come over. When do I ever say no to you?
Never. I was like, bro, I'm praying for this food right now.
No, like I never say no to going.
Good?
And I legit just said, I'm not in the mood. I just had a very mentally draining day today.
Yeah.
Because that's the way I'm feeling, the way I felt. And my mom says sometimes it's okay to feel that way. I talked to my mom, not a mother. It was more of a friend. And I was just talking to her, telling her exactly how I felt. And she listened. And then she gave me some wisdom. And to me, it's more of not what I could, what I've done differently. It's not what will I do.
Yeah.
I always say that my failure, it's only gonna push me to my success. I've had too many failures in my life. This one right now is probably the hardest for me. I felt like I got choked a little bit. I felt like I was getting strangled a little bit.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, and then maybe this is my pride, but my pride yesterday when Joey was texting me, I was like, fool, you just don't understand. You never had to deal with this. That's the way I was feeling. And then it was like conviction in me, like, you don't know what he's been through. Someone else texted me. And I'm like, dude, shut up. You're crying about that?
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Conviction. Shut up. You don't know what he's been through. Like, so as I was feeling that way, I was getting convicted by, like, immediately. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, the Bible says no sin is greater than the other, but no one's hurt is greater than the other either. No one's pain is greater than the other either.
Yeah.
God sees the pain of someone dying just as much as he sees the pain of someone crying. So, like, that's what immediately yesterday, what I was thinking as I was, like, I was getting I felt like God gave me the strength to get out of what I was feeling.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to feel like a failure at the second. cry for a minute. Feel that way for a second.
Yeah.
But let that drive you to get out of it. And last night,
there it is.
I had to be alone. I could have went over there, but all I was going to do was going to numb myself to not feel that, but then wake up in the morning still feeling that. So I said, no, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to deal with this myself. I'm going to feel this. I'm going to cry if I got to. I'm going to hug my wife as hard as I need to. And I'm going to get out of this. I'm not going to stay in it. And I'm used to always numbing it or helping someone else. So I don't have to think about it. And yesterday was like, no, you're going to think about it. You're going to sob on this. You're going to cry for a second.
Dude,
this is how you're going to feel, Nehemiah. And I cried. Like I cried all day yesterday.
That's so good.
I was in tears all day yesterday. Bro, we was walking. Ashley said, let's go to Ross. Let's just go walk around. Right? Because she's like, I know what you like to do. You like to go look at stuff.
Window shop?
When you're just not feeling it. So we did last night, 9 o'clock at night. We ended up going to Ross and I just looked. And I was just like, man, I can overcome this. I'm good. And as I was walking, it was like, I'll be all right. And I got home last night and I'm good now.
Yeah.
Did I feel like a failure? Of course. But did I end up like a failure? Of course not.
Yeah.
Did I feel that Yeah, I did. Do I feel that now?
We gotta soundproof that door.
No, this door. I can hear the baby, so I keep trying to talk over louder.
No, that's good, dude.
There's a lot to unpack.
That was like one of my follow-up questions. Yeah, that's a lot.
A lot.
So you guys both think it's okay to feel like a failure?
Yeah.
For a minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I think don't numb yourself, but feel like it.
One thing I like, somebody said when we were in CR at a church, they used to say, I'll go to hell and back for you, but I won't stay there with you.
Yeah.
So essentially, you're feeling like a failure, but that should motivate you to get out. Not to
just because I feel like a failure doesn't mean I'm going to stay as a failure. How many times do you have to fail until you succeed? Not everyone got it right the first time.
No.
Neither will you.
So, man, that's a lot. That's good. Dude, first off, thanks for sharing that, Nemo.
Yeah, that's deep.
I know there's a lot on your heart right now and on your mind and your plate.
Yeah.
Even for us, bro, anybody being in that position, like, dang, what are my next steps? And like, you're almost at a desperate point type. But this is one of the things I noticed about you.
Hold on, wait, real quick. You said desperate. So desperation can lead you to two things. It can lead you to depression or destination. I don't choose depression. I will always choose a destination.
What?
Because
all right. No. We'll see you guys later today.
See you guys.
No, because let's be honest. When we fail and we feel desperate, we most of the times we run to things that numb us.
Yeah.
Which will lead us to depression.
Right.
But when you run to things that will not lead you to that, then that's when you end up in the destination.
Desperation can lead you to stupid decisions too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also destination, but in a bad way.
Yeah.
In a bad way, yeah.
Yeah.
It can lead you to a bar. It can lead you to a strip club.
Or taking a job you're not supposed to.
Or taking a job you're not supposed to. Yeah, I mean, times
you turn down jobs.
That's what I was just going to say too. So this is what that's a big factor in this whole.
Yeah, that's
Whole
huge.
Look, check this out. When we were talking, right, and every time this guy would like feel down for that. No, I'm sorry, not feel down. Every time something wouldn't go the way that he thought it would go, and he would say, "Bro, you know what, man? It's not a big deal. Let me tell you why, bro. Because Jesus rose in 3 days, bro. So I know He'll do more in the 13 days that He's given me, than the 3 days that He gave Himself. You know, which makes sense, right? All the way down to the deadline, down to the wire. It doesn't matter. And so, like, I'm like, okay, Nemo, you have so much faith and trust in God, so that you believe He's gonna do all this with you or for you, you know." And now you get to this point where last night you text me. Nothing wrong with that text message, okay? I like we said, vulnerability, nothing wrong with that, you know? It's not a sign of weakness. So you come to me, I'm like, okay, let me just remind him real quick of what he's been telling me, you know? So having continued to have that faith and that trust in God. Now, when you believe in that, if things don't even come up right now in the timely manner that you would have expected it to be, and then you have a lack of faith and trust in God because you feel like you failed your wife and your daughter, that's not going to say that you failed your wife and your daughter. That's going to say that God failed you, man. And God never fails anybody. Yeah. So essentially, when you believe that you failed your wife and your daughter, because you're waiting for God to do and make a move for you, you're really essentially saying that you're failing, that God's failing you, which isn't the case. You've turned on. This is why I said you've turned on a couple of jobs, like Aaron just brought up right now. Okay.
Yeah.
That means that there were doors that were opened up. However, because of your discernment and your prayer to God, you recognize that those weren't doors that you need to be walking into. Could you have had a good job right now, be living in a good location? Absolutely. But you entrusted God's discernment that he has in you and the wisdom that he has for you to say no to things and to say yes to a couple of things. Now, he closed some doors, but also he allowed you to close some doors too. Yeah, you'd have been comfortable right now if it was your fleshly choice to do so.
I'll be right now making
6 figures.
Close to it.
Exactly, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like these were opportunities where he allowed you to close some doors and him to close some doors because he's got a bigger plan for you.
Man, like I'll name a couple of jobs. Stanford University. I got a phone call from Stanford University. I know the guy that I worked under when I was a contractor for him. Offered me a position. This is a guy who I don't have. If y'all don't know about me, I don't have a high school diploma. I got kicked out 2 weeks before I was supposed to graduate. So for me to be in a university and get an offer, dang near 6 figures. Yeah, it would have been 6 figures by the end of this year.
Yeah.
And I turned it down because I know that the Bay Area isn't for me.
Yeah.
Fast forward, I get a back in my hometown. And I got a offer to go be a youth pastor there. I know it's part of my calling. But I know if I went back there, it would just remind me about my failures. And I would end up failing again. Like, honestly. You know? And then I got offered a job recently in the Bay. Making really good money. I think I shared with y'all what my hourly rate would have been.
Yeah.
But I know that's not for me because I wasn't at peace the moment I got offered the job.
Yeah.
The first thing Ashley was like, well, what about this? And what about that? And what about that? And then I was like, it's the same thing I thought of.
Yeah.
I got offered some pretty decent jobs, man.
Yeah, see, but there's things more important than just finances.
Yeah. It is. My peace is more important than getting a check. It just is. I'd rather take less and be at more peace than me take the check and then be at so much at like so much to where things wouldn't go right.
Yeah,
you'll get the money and you'll be comfortable there, but you'll feel so isolated and alone.
And your family too. You got to think about your family.
I mean, I think about that too, like family wise. But as I've gotten older, my family it's different because I don't rely so much on like my parents or anybody like that anymore. My family turns into people like you guys and people that I like build community with.
Yes.
That keep me like accountable, that keep me strong. And when I'm distracted and when I'm isolated, that's when I just feel myself like going down.
Yeah.
So it's so interesting to I feel like we're all in very, very similar seasons of transition, of change, of questions, of I kind of feel like a failure, to this is just a really weird moment for a lot of us.
Yeah.
Which is so cool right now.
I feel like sometimes, awesome, I think. Bro, do you ever feel like sometimes, and I'm gonna get a little like, do you ever feel sometimes that God will allow us to feel this way because we got to talk about it so someone else can be healed by it?
Oh, absolutely.
That's
what your testimony is.
Like I
go through things
I felt
to relate.
Yesterday, the baggage, the hurt, the thoughts, everything that I felt yesterday, bro, I didn't feel it this morning. And there's like, man, God, are you allowing me to feel this way so we can talk about it? Being vulnerable. I'm a person who, last podcast that I had, the name was literally about me being
unfiltered.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, maybe that is it.
I don't know. I think it's part of what this is we talked about it in the last episode, to be transparent, to be unfiltered, to be raw. I think Boss says that too, raw. I think that's the only way that people can hear certain things now. Like some people aren't ever gonna step into a church again. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
But they'll listen to a podcast.
It's true.
They'll listen to like, you feel like a failure? Me too. Maybe it's not financially or being a provider, but I feel like a failure because maybe I didn't finish school like my parents wanted me to, and now I feel like a failure. Yeah. Or I feel like a failure because these were my friends and I turned my back on them and now I'm alone. I feel like a failure. There's just so many different elements and and perspectives of it.
Even like, I just shared the financial part, but even like sometimes I feel like a failure because I'm not living my true call, like all of my calling. Yep. And sometimes I have to realize that sometimes certain portions of your calling just aren't calling you just yet. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes that phone call can be misleading. Like you said, sometimes the money can be distraction, the isolation, you know, that leads to depression, and leads to then suicidal thoughts, then leads to then leaving your wife, leaving your children, and then you being a statistic. Sometimes not saying yes to a 6-figure is okay, you know, but sometimes also not picking up the phone is okay. Do you think when I got offered a youth pastor position back at home, where I know the streets, like where I know where I'm at, where I know that I'm covered, I can walk in the middle of the night and no one's gonna touch me because of they know who I am,
because you got your homies,
because they know who my family is, but then it's like, yeah, but if you accept that, maybe you answered the call too early. Like sometimes I felt that, like, man, dude, like, man, I'm 27, man, I feel like I could have been already a youth pastor by now. Yeah, I know I have the calling, I know I have the voice, I know I have it, but then sometimes it's like God telling me, he's like, yeah, but I didn't tell you to answer it yet.
Bro, that's like one of my last videos I just did was like, I turned down two of what I thought was a dream. Ministry for us has always been like full-time ministry, getting paid to do this stuff. That's a dream.
Like all you have to do is focus on helping people live better lives. Yeah. Counseling them, you know, pushing them, you know.
And I mean, to hit on that point that you just said of, yes, maybe that is your calling. Maybe that's your purpose. Maybe that's what you're destined and built for. Maybe it's just not yet.
Yeah.
Just not that time.
Sometimes you can't answer that call.
You're going to be all these things. You're going to be everything that God has told you you're going to be. You're going to be everything, you know, that you feel that you can do. Just maybe not right now.
Yeah.
Not just yet.
I think we just get caught up in that like, especially with social media, like everyone knows that. We just get caught up in like, I want it now.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're not built for it yet. You're not built to have it yet now.
Or maybe the position that or sometimes you're not built to be in the place that you're at.
You can go so deep into that, bro. Your character is not ready for that.
Yeah.
You still cheat too much. You're not ready for that.
Sometimes your arrogance is still too big.
Yep.
You know, I still deal with certain things that I'm like, that's probably why. You know, like sometimes I let my pride get a little too the best of me, and sometimes I'm like, you know, it's like maybe it's not good for me to accept this because bro, like your pride, like I know that for me my biggest failure is my pride. That's why when we talk I always ask y'all, is that my pride speaking?
You ask me that all the time.
Like, do I sound prideful for saying that? And sometimes you're like, yeah, you kind of do. Kind of. You know what, Nemo? Nah, bro, you're not. This is X, Y, and Z.
To kind of wrap this thought up, if someone's, I want to give some practical steps, examples, thought process.
You got the practical perspective.
Yeah. Of people that are maybe feel like a failure. People that feel like a failure right now, like maybe they're watching this video and they feel that. They feel like a failure, whether it's as a provider, whether they're in school, they're not living up to what the expectation is for them, whether it's in church, any situation. What are some practical like ways someone can kind of get out of that like rut, I guess?
Oh, one thing we always talk about is support. Right, Nemo just mentioned right now, he was in an emotional state last night. Right? Nothing wrong with being emotional. It's okay to cry, to have those moments. Yeah. So that might be one thing too. Like just give yourself some time to mourn, kind of go through the pain and experience that, you know, to know that, you know, to almost remind yourself you don't want to be going through that again, and that gets you out of it. And through that being said, like having a emotional support, like people, man, like us, just building community relationships, getting people to cry with you. You know, like I like one of my friends, he's a pastor. He used to say, I just want you to be a wither. What does that mean? Like be with them, like a wither, with a person.
Be with them. Just be with them. Strength when you're not. So one way is what you said is it's okay to break.
Absolutely.
Break. Maybe right now, like you've been holding this, and because maybe your culture has told you don't cry. Men don't cry. Men don't break.
No, that's just pride, bro.
Man.
And social
status. Bro, that's a real
man.
thing, though. That's a cultural thing.
I know. My eyes were puffy yesterday. I don't know if y'all noticed that. My eyes were puffy. Bro, like, no, I don't care. Ashley says that you're a very emotional dude. I'm like,
Number one, take time to break. It is okay. Take time to cry. Go do a shower
Take time to
cry. If
rest.
you don't want people to see you cry, whatever it is. But I think it comes, you said it too, it's time, you have to compose yourself. You said you spent a lot of yesterday feeling broken and breaking and letting it out. But now you're here, composed, sharing the message of what you went through. So I think that's part of it. And the second thing you said was community, support, withers, right? You
Yes.
said, find people you can be with, that you can be honest with. Like, he asks me questions. He asks Joey questions all the time. Like, am I being too prideful? Like, you got to find who those people
'cause
are.
I want to check myself daily, man.
Yeah.
I think another way is, all right, we're Christians. Simple as this: God in your life. How big do you make God in your life, or how small do you make him? Sometimes we only use him for the small things, but God says you can trust me with anything. Sometimes us as men, we prideful. We just talked about that.
Yeah.
That we expect. Oh, this man's gonna fix it. Well, he fixed everything else. Why can't he fix it now? You know, being okay, be vulnerable with God. It's all right to sometimes pray selfishly. I think society nowadays makes prayer like you're selfish if you pray for yourself. No, because who else is gonna pray for you?
Yeah. I've never been one to pray for myself.
Me neither. I've always been the one to pray. Like yesterday at church, we had prayer.
Yeah.
Right, worship and prayer. But the first thing was healing. I know I don't have heal me, Lord, from being fat. Heal me, Lord, from stopping to eat. No. My mom's body's deteriorating every single day. That's the first person I thought of. That's why I went up there quick.
Yeah.
Because I know someone who's dealing with it. Financials, yeah, I went up there because of our situation. But I know somebody else too who's dealing with almost the same identical situation as I am.
Yeah.
They need prayer.
That could be a good topic too.
But you know what? But it's okay to talk to God about your situation.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay to do things for yourself.
Yeah. Practical
To
steps.
ask things for yourself.
Self-care.
Self-care is huge.
Food wore a shirt yesterday, so self-care or something like that.
Yeah.
It's okay. Practical step. Prayer.
Prayer.
I would say another thing too, be mindful of this. Recognize when it's weakness and or vulnerability.
What's the difference?
There's
That's the difference.
all right.
What's the difference?
I think the difference is your attitude. I think the difference is if you're really putting your pride down, you're seeking for help. You want to better yourself.
Yes.
You being positive doing
Yes.
so. I'm gonna let somebody know.
Yep.
As opposed to somebody who complains all the time. Oh man, I'm going to this and this and this and this, and always take it as a negative Nancy. I'm not gonna say I hate, but I really despise and dislike negative Nancy's.
You hate?
You know? And so for me, it's like, dude,
Yeah.
stop thinking that way. All right? That's weakness to me. Quit complaining to me all the time. Quit saying you're never going to get out of this. Quit saying you're never going to do this. Quit saying this is what you're going through. Like, you're draining me of all life, bro. I want to be lifted up and encouraged.
People
We
don't
need
want to
doing
be
that for
around
each other.
negative people. I don't like it.
I feel like anytime I've complained, I've always come with a solution afterwards.
There's sometimes where I want to complain, but I'm like, I don't got a solution though.
But like, so
I
like
don't know
you,
what you can change.
But it's okay to sometimes
Yeah.
be that way, like complain. Like it's
Yeah.
sometimes
and it is.
it's
it is.
okay, you know.
Yeah.
Like I
But not all the time. It
No,
can't be
I
your
hate-
24/7 type of.
man.
That's draining.
I hate though. There's someone in my man. I'm just gonna say there's someone in my family. There's someone in my family that always complains about.
He's gonna get a phone call.
No. Everyone. I don't
They're
care.
gonna comment. I really don't like this NEMO guy.
Hey, I already told you though. One family member I know who subscribed to us that comments all the time.
Oh gosh.
But I hate I'm gonna say I do hate it. I hate the fact that it's always, well, it's your fault that you. No, it's not. Fool, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Stop blaming others for your faults. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know. It just, man, dude, it annoys me so much.
Sorry, I gotta fix myself.
It's all
The
right,
wide
don't worry.
angle.
Don't worry.
We're not on the wide angle.
We're not on the wide.
No,
He's
no,
still
no,
on
no,
me
no.
right now.
No, that's good. Yeah, I hope you guys take something away from that. I don't want to stretch this one out too much longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's real. Nemo was honest. I think we can all kind of agree to a lot of the things that we all said. And then we gave you some practical kind of advice of how to,
Yeah.
what do you do now that you feel this way? So, yeah, anything else on that one? No,
I
That's
think it's
it,
good.
man.
that was a good one.
It was. I like it.
It was. Let us know how y'all like the new setup.
Yeah.
Let us know what you
Oh,
think we
yeah.
should do, add,
Yeah.
maybe not have.
Give us some suggestions.
Do you like
please.
the couch and the
Mhm.
chair? You know, I like the couch. I like this chair.
I like it. I think a pillow would be nice though. I think you're right.
We can go buy
a
some.
pillow?
A pillow.
Oh, I was just at.
I like
Ross
holding
yesterday.
pillows. I think holding pillows is what I like. 'Cause I like to like chill
Yeah.
and just be here. But yeah, do you want to share anything else about the podcast or about the studio, about what our future plans are or anything there? Not really.
We just have a lot of upgrades.
We have a lot of.
There's just a
upgrades,
lot of different things we still want to do.
content.
Yeah, content
More
wise.
content. The wives will probably be in front of camera, not always behind the camera, or not at all
Yeah.
here.
I talked to V. I talked to V about that again today. She's like, I really don't. I'm not a podcaster. I was like,
She
I get
doesn't
it.
need to be.
And
on
bro,
the-
we got worship going on, man. It's
Yeah.
a lot of other content that doesn't include just being a podcast.
Let us know how you like the quality of the cameras as well. Like the
Yeesh.
qualities. I'm gonna always give credit where credit's due. Thank you to the wife. Thank you,
Mhm.
baby, for taking the time that you did on figuring these
I thought
cameras
you,
out.
like you were talking to Ronnie.
Oh,
You were just pointing that
it's
at
because Ronnie's
you,
right
baby.
there. But I'm
Thank
looking
you,
at the
baby.
camera. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look, it's focused on that. Is it focused on that?
Hey, go to camera
and then,
3.
And then go to me. Come on, man. It's just quality. Quality.
Yeah. So why'd you guys fire Ronnie then while I was away?
I fired
No, we
him,
didn't.
bro. You know what? He had to go. We forced him on a sabbatical, bro. He's just getting too much hurt.
And by we,
A forced
Nemo.
sabbatical.
Tell that boy just sit down, bro. It broke his foot, his arm, his cheekbone. This boy done broke his
Now his
eyelid,
finger.
his finger. Man, boy's just
I'm
breaking.
getting old, Ronnie.
So
We gotta get a Ronnie cam.
we need a
Ronnie Cam,
He's a new bubble boy. Bubble
the
boy.
new bubble boy.
We're gonna get. Yeah, don't worry about it. Well, I'm glad to have him back. I like seeing
Me
him back
too.
there.
Love you, Ronnie. Thank you,
Hopefully
man.
he's back.
But
He's
Ashley,
back,
though,
back.
going back to Ashley. Thanks, Ashley.
Yeah. Thanks, babe. You
Appreciate
really
it.
been.
She held it
You
down.
hold it down. Hey, shout out to V. Go to my shot. Shout out to V. You see the black in the behind me?
Professionally
Shout out to V,
painted.
the professional painter.
I don't know. It looks pretty bad up there.
You saw that right there.
Yeah.
This-
No, it looks
she don't
good.
even do a mistake, bro. She called it out.
I'm gonna
Which
tell her.
can't no one tell.
What a
But shout
terrible
out to
job that
V
was.
because she was here with Ashley.
Hey,
doing
shout
painting.
out to Ray too.
Yeah. Go to
Oh,
Joey. Go to
yeah.
Joey. Shout
Hey,
out.
really quick, my boy Ray, man, Ray Rod. Hey, he helped us out building these brick pillars right here, and he's gonna be helping us out with a lot of other builds for the studio design as well.
Yeah, we are moving, and I know we want to do. I think 2 episodes a week was our goal.
Oh.
We got to start coming out with some dope content. Think of some ideas you guys want to hear us talk about. I know we have some of our own plans, but 2 episodes a week,
Yep.
we're gonna need the content for that too. So
We'll have it too.
yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah,
But
Dude.
I liked pulling up in our parking lot today, and I'm like, hey,
I
this is
know.
This is
Pulling-
crazy.
Nice AC unit.
Bro,
Bro, it's nice and
I ain't gonna
cool
lie to
in
you. It's
here.
a little cold right here. Right
It is
I'm
kinda
getting-
cold.
I'm getting smacked.
I'm like,
right
bro,
now.
we would
AC's
be-
right above me,
we
so
would
I'm getting
be
smacked.
we would be sweating in the other studio.
Yeah, we
probably.
would.
Would have been drenched right
And
now.
it smells good in here too.
It smells good.
It's
The
brand
only-
new carpet.
The only thing is, we need to add that other one because that baby over there was crying. We usually shoot. We're usually gonna shoot. We're on this camera. We're usually gonna shoot after hours, but today we decided because it's a holiday.
Well, yeah,
We
but what
decided
happens?
today.
What happens when we're doing this more often and more full time?
It's alright. That's why we have some sound panels.
Yeah, we're gonna soundproof that area,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna probably take one of theirs.
Yeah, you know what I'd like to do
We'll feel
here?
bad for our the person behind us because next to us, she finna get.
we're gonna take it.
We're gonna take it.
I'm
Hey.
sorry, Sandy, if you're watching.
Sandy, we appreciate it. Thanks. We did tell her about the podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, we told all of them.
Sandy, we appreciate
Sandy,
you.
we got big goals. That's all. Or
And-
maybe we
and
just
Fel-
move to
Felipe right here and
this other big office.
Isabel.
or maybe we'll just move to the other ones when it's available.
Hey, I do want to do a studio tour later. Let's get everything kind of done up the way we like, and then we'll do a little studio tour.
Get the drone. I'll ask Fuller for the
Yeah,
drone.
let me get the drone going in
I'll
here.
ask Fuller for the drone, bro.
Okay,
Don't worry about
I
it.
like that idea. It kind of just explains some stuff.
'Cause
Everybody
we're-
who's helped out what they
Mhm.
did.
Man, if you're a guest, man, they gonna like it.
Yeah,
That's all I
It's
gotta
gonna
say.
be nice.
They gonna have everything close to them.
I'm trying to think. Like, should we always take the couch, or the guests be on the chair, or the guests be on chairs, or how do we do this?
I think if we have like how many guests? Let's say
2.
say preacher's out.
Yeah.
I would say they can sit here, and then we can just have another chair either on this side or right next to me.
How do we get more of those?
You just gotta look for them.
Okay. eBay probably.
I got this on Steals and Deals. I paid. Remember when we got it
Yeah.
cheap? But I found some new ones on Amazon that are better. They're about the same
with it.
size. They have a for armrest.
Oh, that's nice. All right. Well, yo, we appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
And drop a like on this video. Share this
Please.
with somebody who needs some cool content that can apply to
Daily
life.
lives.
Yeah.
Yep.
But until next time, we will catch y'all in the next one.
Go fail.
Peace.
Go fail.
Boy
Peace.
said go fail.
I don't know what that is. See ya. All love.